Your ex shows up at your door and says, "I'm ready to give us another chance." How do you respond? "I thought we had you cremated." You're 15 years late. "Would you like to meet my wife and kids?" "I'm going to let my wife deal with this," then retreat to a safe distance. Fool me 25 times, that's on me. Hippity hoppity, get off my property. New door, who dis? Laugh at them and shut the door. What are you starting to dislike more as you get older? Expectation of being contactable all day long. Loud people, like why are you screaming on speakerphone at the grocery store? Keeping up with anything pop culture. Popular music, slang, trends, celebrities. I just don't care. What's something that's not socially acceptable in America that should be? Kicking rude customers out of stores before they escalate to a full meltdown. Talking about salaries or how much you make. One job I had, I was brand new being trained. The guy training me was basically the face of multiple departments. He was in all the training videos, he did all the special projects, etc. I mentioned my pay to him at one point, assuming he made a lot more. Nope, I made more than him as a new hire. He quit fairly quickly. Employers who don't take care of their employees. Retail cashiers getting to sit down. First time in the US currently, I'm from Europe. Not adding taxes to the prices is really annoying sometimes. You never exactly know how much you're going to pay at the counter. Taking time off when you are not feeling mentally well. Having the government do your taxes for you. Thanks Intuit and HR Block. Men who are embarrassed buying feminine hygiene products for family members. Exactly what are you worried other people are thinking? Never understood why this was a thing. Are men afraid the cashier will think, haha, this guy has a significant other, family member, or close friend that they care about? How embarrassing. Haha, this guy sticks tampons into his butthole, then puts it in the freezer, and then eats his own ass popsicles. Cashier, probably. As a guy, I never understood the embarrassment. Like, haha, you know a woman. Boys, is it gay to like women now? Women are gay, they sleep with men. There was a study a while ago in which some men refused to touch a clean tampon because just the idea of it was gross to them. I think that's what's going on here. It's not that they think people will laugh at them for having a woman in their life they care about. It's that, to them, tampons are gross, and people will see them with a gross thing. When I was younger, I was worried that people would think they were for me, but then at one point I realized that I don't give a about others' opinions, especially strangers. It never bothered me in the least, as long as I was told exactly what to get. A few times I did notice that younger women were uncomfortable with me on that aisle with them, and would walk away until I was done. How are all you 30-year-olds honestly affording 600K plus houses right now? Above average dual incomes, and accepting a high mortgage payment for 30 years. Correct answer among all the bullshit. Just buy a house and use the equity on your next house. House poor is a term I love to use. Yeah, 100K a year salary, $695 house. I'm poor. I'm almost 40, but we have a $650K house according to the tax assessor. It was easy, just buy a $325 house 4 years ago. Typos. My dad died. I'd rather his presence than any inheritance, but here we are. Whatever happened to the Occupy Wall Street movement? Much like another commenter pointed out, they never defined what they really wanted, never formed a unified front. They fell apart due to infighting, division, and contradicting statements. That's the thing. OWS intentional avoided having a central message. They were unified around a central idea of, we are mad about income inequality. But that's all they had. A movement without a destination will be aimless by design. I remember a graph that showed how many headlines the New York Times had that were related to race. Immediately after Occupy Wall Street, it spiked and hasn't ever dropped. My theory is, OWS scared the shit out of the ruling class, so they had to get us divided on race. They absolutely do not want us united against the top 0.01%. I was about to comment the exact same thing. I feel it's entirely plausible that identity politics got pushed purposefully to take heat off corporations, reaping obscene profits. Who is the best example of, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain? Surprised, nobody's mentioned streaming services. Went from an awesome alternative to cable to, well, cable, just with more companies to pay. Rudy Giuliani. I mean, if he died a few months after 9/11, he'd have an awesome legacy. Now he just looks like a pathetic, dumbass fool. Most famous in American history is Benedict Arnold. He was an amazing American general during the Revolutionary War. Then he got skipped over for a promotion and some other stuff. So he switched sides and lives in infamy as a traitor to this day. Is it strictly linked to humans? If not Google? I remember a time where Google stated, "Don't be evil." Marshal Philippe Pétain, hero of Trader Nantes. Me working hard at my job and not being rewarded for it, so I slowly become more and more bitter as my hate grows for the customers, coworkers, and managers. Why aren't bidets popular in the US? They're getting more popular. It's just a thing of nobody grew up with them, so they don't know what they're missing. I have them on all of my toilets now, and people laugh and call me pretentious. IDC. They cost $30 each and are far superior to TP, and they pay for themselves pretty quickly. Last night, I met my girlfriend's cousin for the first time, and the bidet topic came up. The cousin told me it's a red flag that I have a bidet. In the year 2024, we have people that think a clean ass is a red flag. Dude probably doesn't wipe. I bought a kit from Amazon that you add to your toilet that sprays your butthole. It gets me cleaner, saves me money, and is good for the environment. Don't know why people aren't all doing it. What did teens and young adults do with all their downtime before the internet was easily accessible to everybody? Read a book, rode bikes with friends, invited friends over to play games or instruments, jam, painted nails together, recorded our singing voices, called people we barely knew at school on three-way, walked from the grocery store and back, hounded the malls frequently, baked recipes together. Personally, I watched TV, played computer games, programmed and read books. Spent a lot of time as a teen exploring with friends on our bicycles. In the 70s, we went out a lot, played sports, rode bikes. If the weather wasn't good for that, we stayed home and watched TV. If anything good was on, listened to music and read. Used our imaginations, played outside you with each other. Super active. Have sex, half sarcasm, half not. What video game is replayable and never gets boring? Draw squares on the desktop with the mouse. Any kind of sandbox game where you create your own story instead of following a set path. For me, it's Heroes of Might and Magic 3, but also Minecraft. Mario Kart on the 64. Well, that's another episode of Ask Reddit in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.